Welcome to ZENFIT, your source for holistic health and wellness tips. In today's video, we'll take a deeper dive into a topic that affects all of us: stress. We all experience stress from time to time, but when stress becomes chronic, it can take a toll on both your mental and physical health. Today, we'll explore how stress affects your mind, body, and daily life. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of why managing stress is so important. Let's begin by understanding how stress impacts your brain and mental health. Whenever you face a stressful situation, your body releases cortisol, often called the stress hormone. In small doses, cortisol helps you respond to danger or challenges. But when stress becomes a regular part of your life, elevated cortisol levels can have long-term negative effects on your brain, anxiety, and depression. Prolonged stress disrupts the balance of chemicals in your brain, leading to feelings of anxiety or even depression. You may find yourself feeling overwhelmed, panicky, or on edge more often. Memory problems. Ever feel like you can't remember simple things when you're stressed? High cortisol levels can shrink the hippocampus, the part of your brain responsible for memory. Over time, this can lead to long-term memory issues and difficulties with focus. Sleep disturbances. Stress can interfere with your ability to sleep, creating a vicious cycle. You're tired, which makes you feel more stressed, and that stress makes it harder to fall or stay asleep. This lack of rest also impacts your brain's ability to recover and perform efficiently. Let's move on to how stress affects your body. Stress can manifest in physical ways. You may not immediately connect to your emotional state, but the impact is real. Heart and cardiovascular health. Stress is closely linked to heart disease. When you're stressed, your heart rate increases and your blood vessels constrict, leading to higher blood pressure. Over time, chronic stress can damage your blood vessels, increasing the risk of heart attacks or strokes. Studies have shown that people with high levels of work-related stress are at a much greater risk for heart disease. Immune system suppression. Stress weakens your immune system, making you more prone to illness. You might notice that you catch colds more often or take longer to recover when you're stressed. This happens because stress reduces the body's ability to produce the cells that fight infections and inflammation. Digestive issues. Stress can wreak havoc on your digestive system. When you're stressed, your body diverts energy away from digestion, leading to issues like bloating, indigestion, or even conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. If you've ever had butterflies in your stomach before a big event, you've felt the effects of stress on your gut. Another common physical effect of stress is muscle tension. You might notice tightness in your neck, shoulders, or back. If left unaddressed, this can lead to chronic pain, tension headaches, or even migraines. Stress doesn't only affect your health, it can also shape your daily habits and lifestyle choices, often in negative ways. Unhealthy eating habits. When stressed, many people turn to comfort foods that are high in sugar and fat. This can lead to unhealthy weight gain and increased risk of chronic diseases like diabetes. The body craves these foods because they temporarily boost dopamine, the feel-good hormone, but the relief is short-lived. Emotional eating. Stress can also lead to emotional eating. Have you ever reached for snacks when you're feeling overwhelmed? This is your brain's way of trying to cope with stress. Unfortunately, emotional eating can create a cycle where stress causes poor eating, which then leads to more stress about health or weight. Sleep problems. We've already touched on this, but it's worth diving deeper. Sleep is essential for managing stress, but stress can make it harder to fall asleep. The anxiety about unfinished tasks or upcoming challenges often keeps you up at night. Lack of exercise. Stress can sap your motivation. You may feel too exhausted to go for a walk or hit the gym, even though exercise is one of the most effective ways to reduce stress. This lack of movement further compounds the stress and can lead to weight gain or muscle stiffness. It's important to recognize that chronic stress doesn't just affect you today. It can have long-term consequences if left unmanaged. Over time, the effects of stress can lead to chronic diseases. Prolonged stress increases the risk of conditions like high blood pressure, heart disease, and diabetes. Mental health disorders. Chronic stress can contribute to the development of anxiety disorders, depression, and other mental health issues. Shortened lifespan. Some studies suggest that long-term stress can actually shorten your life by accelerating the aging process and weakening the body's vital systems. The good news is that you can take steps to manage stress before it becomes overwhelming. As we've explored today, stress is more than just a mental state. It's a physical one too. It impacts your mind, body, and the choices you make in your daily life. But don't worry, there are effective ways to manage stress, and in our next video, we'll dive into practical techniques to help you reduce and control stress. So, if you're ready to take control of your stress and start living a healthier, more balanced life, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thank you for watching. And remember, small steps lead to big changes. See you next time on ZENFIT.